Today I'm going to be reviewing this Wirsh coffee and tea maker or brewer that was recently sent to me by this brand. So I'm going to go and open this up, show you everything you get inside, and then of course I'm going to test it out as well. So this is what it's going to look like once you get it out. So it just comes with the instructions, comes with everything up here. So it's going to be your filter. So you can see there that it's got the filter parts in there. That just sits right inside of your funnel parts, and then that goes right back in there and then here. Now right on the front of here, it does have a strength, so you can adjust the strength that you want your coffee or your tea to be at. So if you just want it to be like kind of middle of the road, you can do that. And essentially what that's going to do is that's going to open and or close this thing here. So that's going to allow you then, so it's going to move this back and forth. Let me kind of show you what this looks like. So this moving back is going to move back and forth, and then this is going to allow it to come out or not come out as much, depending on exactly what you're doing. So it's essentially going to allow the coffee or the tea to steep a little bit longer if you have it on the strongest, or if you have it on weaker, then that's going to kind of open it up instead. So that's going to be those options. Now this is designed for iced, however you can use it for hot as well. And then water wise, you're going to have your cups or your water here, and then your max ice is going to be here to there, assuming that you are doing ice. Now, this is going to make up to 6 is the max on here, and so that's going to be your water is only going to go up to here, and then so even if you're brewing hot, you're only going to go up to there on the water, and then the rest is designed to be ice, so your ice is supposed to go up to there. So we're going to go ahead and make some iced coffee with this first. And so for that, I'm just going to get some water and put it down inside of there. So I'm just going to do about 4 cups of water or so. So just going to take and pour that right into the back. Then next, I'm going to get some ice. Since max on this is 6 cups and I put about 4 cups worth of water, I'm going to fill the ice about halfway full. It is going to come out hot when it brews it, so it obviously will melt the ice as it goes through. So for that reason, I'm also going to have the strength all of the way up to max on this, so that way it brews the coffee a little bit longer, so hopefully it's a little bit stronger with the ice that's going to be going into it. So I got about 3.5, 4 scoops of coffee up here in the top, so I'm going to go ahead and close that and then plug it in. And then it's got the power button right here on the side, so let's go ahead and push that. And let's see how long it takes to brew and how it looks after brewing this hot coffee into the ice. See how that works with this. You can see it's essentially just going, the hot coffee is just going down right on top of the ice, so it's going to work its way down. Obviously getting the ice ratio exactly right is just going to take a little bit of playing with it, but it is brewing it hot and then it's melting the ice as it goes down onto there. So I started the timer about 11 o'clock or so when I turn this on. We'll see how long it takes to brew that amount of coffee, what exactly, how liquefied it gets, makes all that ice, that sort of deal. So it's just finishing up brewing now. As you can see, the steam coming out at the top, and we are at 11:05. So it took about 5 minutes for it to brew the coffee. And again, this is about, it was 4 cups of coffee, and then the rest is the ice melting. So you will definitely want to make sure you put enough coffee in there, especially if you're wanting this to be a stronger iced coffee. But you can kind of see the consistency of this coffee just, with that 4 scoops in there. And we probably could have done something a little bit stronger that would have worked well. Now it is putting some steam out the top, just as it is finishing up here. The last little bit of the coffee is coming out. But it is important to note it does make hot coffee, and then essentially it's just like pouring it over ice during the process of making the coffee. So let me go ahead and pour some of this out just into a cup, just so you can get a little bit of a better idea of what you're looking at. So I just got a little mason jar here, and you can see this is going to turn. So this is going to have multiple options. This top part will be a little bit warm, not too terribly warm, but this does have multiple options on the way that you can do it, depending if you're doing coffee or tea or how you want to pour it. I'm going to keep it where there's no ice coming out. And without ice, you can see what the consistency of this coffee is. So it's definitely going to be what I would consider pretty weak coffee. So for that, again, we only put in about 3.5, 4 scoops. You can see what that is going to look like. So definitely not full all of the way. So if you're wanting it to be darker than that, you'll definitely want to make sure to go ahead and do that. Make sure your strength is all of the way up to max, and then also make sure that you put some additional coffee in there if you're looking for it to be stronger than that, so you can see exactly what that looks like. But overall, definitely a really cool coffee maker. I love the fact that you can, kind of make it iced as you go along versus making a whole cup of coffee or a whole pot of coffee or a half pot of coffee, then pouring it in over ice. This just does it all at once. It's also going to be really great for summertime, just to make some nice iced tea as well.